their lives. Now they believe the healing can begin. Ted Bundy's remains were carried by the white hearse to a Gainesville, Florida mortuary. Before he died, he began considering himself a born-again Christian. He said he doubted the families of his victims would ever forgive him, but he believed God will. This is Bob Loy reporting live from the Florida State Prison near Stark.
Bob, it's interesting to note that Ted Bundy killed more people in Washington and Utah than he did in Florida, but the outcry in Florida was much more vocal than it was here.
Well, I was surprised by the size of the crowd here, but I wasn't really surprised by its intensity. For the people of North Florida, Ted Bundy is something and someone that they have lived and breathed for the last 10 years. All the media attention that has been brought on Bundy has also been brought on the people of North Florida. He was convicted near here at the prison. He was captured near the prison, and it's something that they've lived with for quite some time. Surely the crimes that he committed here were no worse than the crimes he committed in Utah, Idaho, Colorado, or Washington, but it's that intensity that these people felt and lived for so long that I think brought out their intensity today.
All right, Bob, thank you very much. Remarkably, the long-awaited execution of Theodore Bundy may have been only a secondary consideration in the minds of his victims' families and friends. Today, Salt Lake authorities reported the outcome of Sunday's hour-and-a-half-long interview with Bundy. KUTV's Brian Schiffer reports on what answers and what questions were raised by the interview.
Bundy admitted to the homicide and kidnapping of the Wilcox girl and the Kent girl.
Investigators have Bundy's confession. Debbie Kent, who disappeared from Viewmont High School, and Nancy Wilcox, who disappeared after running away from her holiday home, were victims of Bundy's lust for murder.
I said, Debbie Kent, you went north, Debbie Kent. Now tell me about it. He says, yes. We'll get into that. Let's look at the map.
Detective Dennis Couch talked with Bundy about the two victims for nearly an hour. Details about the crimes, where the bodies are located.
He did bury them, and it was in both of them in mountainous areas.
Investigators have the locations roughly mapped out by Bundy himself. The bodies are located in southern and central Utah, in San Pete County. Other locations mentioned in Kane and Washington County.
We'll start a search for the bodies just as quick as we can look at the areas to see if the conditions are such that we can put people in there. We don't know how much snow is in those particular areas at this time.
Bundy refused to talk about the murders of Laura Amy and Melissa Smith. Both cases will likely be closed. There is physical evidence that Bundy committed both crimes, eyewitness accounts and hair samples. The cases will be reviewed again by prosecutors. Lawmen say Bundy told a state officer in Florida of another victim in Utah and drew a map in the last hours of his life. Investigators are waiting for that information. The killer flatly denied another murder. Nancy Baird, a young mother, vanished in 1975 and was thought to be one of Bundy's victims. Her body was never found.
It isn't that we're going to go here and wipe the slate clean on unsolved homicides. The only person or the only cases that will be cleared will be the ones that we can specifically tie Bundy to by either physical evidence or by his confessions.
Other cases will remain open as investigators search for some link to Ted Bundy. There were just too many murdered and not enough time with the killer.
The work is far from over tonight. At least 3 cases and as many as 6 remain open. Now, the Sheriff's Department is going to contact law enforcement agencies from all over the country who interviewed Bundy to see if they have any information on the Utah murders. With me now is Dennis Couch. He got Utah's shot at Ted Bundy. Dennis, the information from Florida first. Can you give me the nature of that information and what you expect to find out?
Well, this morning I received a call from the Deputy Superintendent of the State Prison in Florida. Shortly after the execution, he indicated that he was with Mr. Bundy at approximately 5 a.m. and Mr. Bundy had indicated that he recalled another body in Utah, and he talked about that briefly apparently on a audio tape, and then pinpointed the area where he thought he left the body here in Utah, and these items are going to be sent to us immediately.
Ted Bundy, as we all know, is a consummate liar. How do you know Ted Bundy was telling you the truth within 90 minutes you spent with him?
Well, he, of course, told me about murdering Debbie Kent and also Nancy Wilcox. In the case of Debbie Kent, we have corroborating evidence such as a handcuff key that was picked up at the parking lot of the school up there that matched the handcuff that was on DeRange. Also, there was people in the school up there that identified Bundy being in the area that evening. In the case of Nancy Wilcox, I recall listening to a tape that Hugh Ainsworth took of Mr. Bundy, who subsequently wrote a book, and in that he described on one of the tapes of a girl walking down near a orchard, and there was no sidewalks. This was precisely what Mr. Bundy told me in the prison.
Your impressions of Ted Bundy, you spent some time with him. I know there are some contrasts in your mind.
Absolutely. Mr. Bundy on Sunday evening when I was with him was just the opposite that he's always depicted, especially in that courtroom in Florida where he was the domineering, dominant, defiant, bold individual. Sunday evening he was very fatigued. You could tell he was beaten and whipped and quite pensive at times.
The unsolved cases, do you expect that you'll ever see them solved with Ted Bundy gone?
We're going to continue to hope so, and we only wish that our trip would have been more fruitful.
Thank you, Dennis. The investigation continues. I'm sure Sheriff Hayward and the other investigators will be gathering together. They're going to go down and check the snow levels in the areas where the bodies are supposed to be. Information will develop over the next few days. Bob, Michelle.
Okay, thanks for your report. Of course, the people most interested in this investigation are the families of Bundy's victims. For some, there are no answers. For others, like Connie Wilcox, there is information that is hard to hear.
Was it just her body that would be there?
10 hours after Bundy died, Connie Wilcox received word that her daughter Nancy was indeed one of his victims. Investigators say they expect to recover Nancy's remains.
Actually, because I never would admit, or I wouldn't accept.
Oh, dang.
The fact that
Definitely
she
not prepared.
Really was dead. Now I had to.
Great way to start.
I just could not. So this
my
was
camera even
like a
on?
new death for me.
Connie Wilcox says
Thank
her family
goodness.
plans on having a service for Nancy, a final farewell after 15 years. On Bundy,
Well,
Wilcox says that
that's
she did
good.
not hate him.
It is Frightday. I'm your host, Byron. I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to be late. As always late. Being me. But today, I don't have any show at all planned. So this is going to be fun. I thought that maybe we would go through my email because that's something I need to do today anyway. So let's see if I can log on to that. But in the meantime, I did get a scary video submission. Let's see what we got real quick to play that in the background. Also, tell me how your night is. Happy Frightday. What are you watching? What are you drinking? What are you doing? What are you thinking? I'm a regular M&M. I gotta close the door. I'll be right back. Okay. Logging into my email. And while I do that, I need to hear what you're doing. And where everyone is tonight. It's real quiet in the chat. I wonder why. What time is it where you are, BitOHoney16, and where are you? If as comfortable as you are in revealing that. 10:30 p.m. Oh, so it must be Eastern Standard Time. You're fine. You're fine. What do you have? School in the morning? Come on. You don't have school. Working and water as always. Sipping on some water myself. What's basically 90? Because I feel basically 90 as well. But I could be being super hyperbolic. Ooh, creepy video submission by Jay. Let's see what we got. Oh, I think this is this a continuation of last week? Also, thanks so much for hanging out with Dennis and Jared last week. That was fun. Also, Dennis, it's his official last day as a real employed person, so I wish him all the luck on being a freelancer like myself, and hopefully he doesn't bankrupt himself and make himself and his wife homeless. That would be disappointing, considering I gave him some advice.
And film his experience for his followers to watch. Little did he...
Of course.
This is a kit to age cocktails.
Cool.
He was not alone in the creepy building. He approaches the huge structure and enters through a doorway that seems to have been violently kicked in.
Entrance, guys. The door is almost
actually
open. You even
pretty violent. I was kind of making fun of his New Zealand accent, and 2, him describing that as violent. But yeah, it's absolutely violent. And also, I want to say thank you so much, Jim and Ash and Kyle. You guys supporting the show means a heck of a lot. Keeps us going. Also, later in the show, remind me to talk a little bit about the chair.frightday.com.
These footmarks here.
Is there an extension for Chrome that blocks ads? I might have to look into that. I'm new on this PC thing, so I might have to get Chrome over here.
He walks around the building, recording the usual graffiti and litter that most urban explorers find at abandoned sites. Further into the exploration, he begins hearing strange noises.
Not being lectured.
What was that? Guys, did you hear that?
This seems to suggest that the building may not be as abandoned as he first thought.
What the hell's going on there?
All right.
Despite
what the hell's going on in there is right. This is where you turn around, right? This is where you don't continue going forward. But we'll see.
Terrifying sounds, he continues his exploration. He comes across other unusual things like a dead bird.
Mm-hmm.
It's like bird stuff right here.
Bird stuff?
Almost like someone's eating a bird. That'd be nuts.
And burnt spots all over the walls.
Someone lit a fire in here or something. I swear people are trying to burn this place down. But why?
The noises seem to follow him, eventually getting louder.
What the f was that?
Oh, I just got a text from Kelly.
As the sun sets, things seemingly return.
What's my text from Kelly say? Watching some docs on South American UFO sightings. That's a little tease, you guys. In the 1940s, what could we be doing? What could we be talking about? Who knows?
To normal. That is until something truly terrifying happens. A shirtless man in a mask jumps out from behind a door.
What the f? Yo!
All right. Jay. I don't know how I feel about that. I also don't know how I feel about the colors in the back here. They are going wild. Not too terribly stoked about it. There's an upgrade. Update, I'll do that later. Let's just go with red. Just general red. It looks like pink. Oh, how about green? Blue it is. Purple. Blue. Orange. Orange is kind of fun. We'll go with that. All right. So, hey, welcome, Corey. We just saw probably one of the scariest videos I've ever seen, if I'm being honest. Here we go.
Behind a door.
He looks like he's about ready to do the Thriller dance, you guys. What?
What the f? Yo!
It's just too bad that Dennis isn't here to bunk it. Was that what it was? What were we saying last week? Do you guys remember? It's been one heck of a week for me. Kelly and I have been busy trying to catch up and keep up with all the fun, exciting things that we're doing this year. So, Panic Fest. You guys, if you don't go to Panic Fest and at least watch our little special presentation that we're doing, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind because it's putting us behind on everything. I mean, I hope you enjoyed bonk. Thank you. Not bunk. What's wrong with me? No, so that's one of the reasons that a couple of reasons we did that interview as just an independent release this week, which I really enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. Also, how's my audio? It's looking a little quiet. I'm hanging out in the green. I prefer to be in the yeller, but let me know if that sounds okay. Hope you enjoyed the interview. 1. 2, we have another interview coming. It's going to be also very, very special, so that'll be out soon. 3, we needed time to play catch up because we're working on this thing for Panic Fest, and I'm trying to get the Amityville final chapter up for the Patreon patrons, and been trying real hard to play a little bit of catch up, but we have a fun episode planned for you coming out next week as well. So patience, and we're working on it, and we're not making stuff, just in case you're curious. Ozark Mountain UFO Convention, anyone going this year? I mean, going digitally. Contact in the Desert, also digital. We're trying to figure out if we should attend either of those events digitally. But Corey, wait, what do we got? I mean, I would love to see whatever video that is that you just spent 45 minutes watching. I love music with Tesla coils. Sam, I think as well. He's a big Tesla guy. Not the car. The, time-traveling devices. Like Madman Markham would have. Let's go through my email. Let's see what we got. Or is there more to this video? Do you guys want to...
He emits strange guttural cries and waves his arm as he chases the explorer from the property.
Scary. It sounds like Logan Paul.
Nothing about the strange man's appearance seems supernatural. However, his unusual and somewhat threatening behavior was certainly enough to convince the explorer to leave. Sometimes people are the scariest creatures of all.
Holy shit. I'm ending it here.
Sorry, I'm looking
Before we
around,
take a look
guys.
at some really eerie...
All right, first email. What do you say? I don't believe that is a suspenseful drama. Don't want to talk about that. Got an acquisition announcement from Dark Sky Films. I wonder if this is legal for me to do. I'll probably just do it anyway. Dark Sky officially picked up a film called Blood Conscious for distribution. New horror thriller from Timothy Covell. Don't know anything about him, but the film is about a family discovering that their vacation getaway is the scene of a mass murder, and it's going to be released in theaters and VOD this summer. Very exciting. A shocking tale reflecting racial and social tensions of our time. Blood Conscious centers around vacationers who turn the tables on unhinged killer. I'm doing really great, guys. Sorry I'm late, by the way. Did I mention that I was jogging and I missed my turn, so I am late, and I'm sorry. Vacationers who turn the table on an unhinged killer who claims to be fighting demonic forces. Very exciting stuff. No trailer, though. Hopefully anyone want to be a writer for Frightday.com, by the way? That would be nice. I got a lot of stuff to cover. I don't always have enough people to cover it. So if you're at all interested, email me, Byron@frightday.com, and we will try to figure something out, because I've got a lot of work for you and a lot of films to screen as well, if that's your thing. Where is my email? Should we just do you just want to I don't know. There could be something on there that might be embargoed. I don't want to be doing anything too sketchy. The Reckoning is coming to DVD. Excuse me. We could watch the trailer for The Reckoning. Sounds kind of fun.
The sickness hangs over the city like putrid fog.
Bodies are piled high in the narrow streets. It's as if the day of judgment has finally arrived.
Wait, is that Jacob? Jacob? You're Jacob Bowen, 69? And yeah, I'll do a writer's room episode with you. I feel like everyone says they're gonna do one and then no one does it. So let's just do it. I will force an episode. It has been a very long time. Love a black plate.
I'll give you some advice.
Is this
Leave
out now
town.
on Shudder? Nope, coming February 5th. I have a screener for February. Yeah, it should be out.
While you can. I saw her the other day. She was acting bloody peculiar. There's only one thing that can explain it. She made a pact with the devil.
That's right, it's Neil Marshall. We were going to cover this. I think there's a review for this up at Frightday.com. Like mask?
Nowhere to run, witch!
Some game irons.
What's that to me? They'll try to break you. Like they did to the rest of us.
Fear not, my child. Salvation is at hand.
This
There's something wicked.
kind of reminds me of Apostle from almost 2 years ago.
I work in that place. She has the devil inside her. My will is greater than yours.
We'll see.
This is rich. I like this.
Confess!
Nobody's safe.
Is this something you guys would watch? Why don't you sound off in the chat, drop up some emojis. That's cool, right? Yeah. Percy versus Goliath starring Christopher Walken. That doesn't sound like horror. Why would you send that to me? Now we're talking, dropping those emotes. Impact report. Anonymous content. I'm really sorry that I don't have a show prepared for you. But in the meantime, let's listen to some Tesla coil stuff by our good friend, Corey. It is lacking a lot of Dan Stevens. It just sounds like robot farts, though. I have some work to do. Is he really controlling it from a cage? That's pretty sick. All right, I guess let's watch the Gingerweed Man trailer. They keep pushing this towards me. I have the full screener for it. I just want to watch the trailer. Excuse me, guys. Of course, it's full moon.
Let's make you the best you can be.
I did it!
Is that the dankest nug?
And over the experiment.
Oh no.
I don't have time for your games.
Is that a cheddar goblin?
Oh, careful, Toke.
The parties.
The weed man's here.
The women. The cockfighting.
Hey!
All right, what are we watching here? Am I gonna get in trouble?
All these things are cutting into the business we're trying to build.
Tally-ho!
Is this horror? Is this gingerweed horror, man?
Unhand me, whoop.
Just like that, very much. That is definitely nothing I care to watch. This is a trailer for a film called It Comes... At Night Comes Wolves.
Blue. Trying to...
It was very close to trauma. It did
Hi,
feel
honey
like that.
bun.
I do
Have
remember
I ever
that. I
seen
didn't
a
watch
pretty
it,
face
Jacob.
so blue? Trying to get away from a man, sweetie. We've got the manipulators, the drunks, the fighters, the ones that use you for sex, and the ones that abuse it once you give it to them. Let's get out of here. I have someone I want you to meet. He's helped me through a lot of hard times. I think he can help you too.
There's no way that's... Okay,
What would you
good.
do if you knew a way to stop all men from acting the way that your husband does?
You killed someone. It was a husband, wasn't it? And this pain that pushed you into it made you feel worthless.
2021, man. Year of horny films. Everyone was locked up all of 2020.
The way humans act now is a phase. We have
It
a
does
way
seem
of
like that.
I can't remember my name. I don't know how I got here. What did you do to me? What did you do to me? What did you do to me? What did you do to me?
Things, one's ideas, have become our blood.
Oh, what, there's more? Okay, good. Yeah, that is something I'm completely uninterested in. I think that looks bad. Wow. Okay. There's something about an opening day of, what was it? Oh, goodness. I'm so sorry, you guys. Maybe it's time for another spooky video break. That might be cool. We got more creepy videos. Idiots exploring Japanese suicide forest at night. That sounds like a Logan Paul thing. Are we going to get in trouble? Okigahara. Hopefully it's nothing too disrespectful. I'm really hoping that no one set me up to get canceled. I hope it's just
We're gonna find something or someone. There's someone.
This doesn't... Can it... Oh, it's 50 minutes long. Okay. I'm conflicted about that. Okay.
They've got a good drainage system. It's working the way it's supposed to. You see the water's shunted off to the side here and is flowing out, which is what you want.
Canceled.
There's some of the stuff on the workbench.
All right, let me read what we just said. Why do cults always wear white outfits? Yeah, I don't really know what that's all about. I'm here to change that. Forest green. Or I like orange too. That's not bad. And Heaven's Gate had purple shrouds. That was kind of cool. Cool kicks too. Well. Okay. Well, I do appreciate that. Yeah, I don't think tracksuits, sweatsuits are kind of fun. Okay.
I'm not even really sure where to begin with this one. But if you go back, turn the volume up, and listen to that last section again, where I abruptly tapered off, you'll hear this otherworldly scream or howl coming out from deeper within the mine. I am extremely skeptical of the supernatural, but hearing that made all the hair on the back of my neck stand up. It creeped me out. And I'm back in Italy now, had the passage of time to reflect on what that might have been, and I still have no explanation at all. That was really bizarre. I've asked miners and other specialists what that might have been. People have a lot of underground experience, and no one's got a good explanation. It definitely wasn't wind. Wind would be the first thing you would think of, but there was no wind at all in there. There was no airflow.
There's just so much wind right now. What the hell's going on, my dude?
No air circulation at all. Standing right in the middle of the adit where you definitely would have felt any wind, there was nothing. I could see the snow outside. You saw the snow in front of the adit. No tracks at all whatsoever, just mine. And that was true when I came out too. There were no tracks at all. It wasn't ice fracturing or anything. It was just water back in the mine by that point. Rocks falling. I've never heard rocks make a sound like that falling. I went all the way to the end of the mine too, as you'll see in the video.
Is he gonna show us? Are we gonna listen to it again? Or do I have to go back?
Only pay for what you need with Liberty
on.
Mutual.
I just said that.
I just said that.
COVID-19 separated us, but safe vaccines are bringing us together.
So what game should I play, by the way? Not tonight, but another time. This is in the mine video from last gen. Is it different time? Soviet mine. Yep, different mine.
That was creepy. Kind of tapered off to the end there because I heard this weird noise deeper inside. I'm not sure what that was, but we'll hopefully go find out. Getting a bit damp back here.
I'm glad everyone agrees with the color selection. That's nice. Jacob, that is something we should probably invest in.
There's something written up there. I'm not sure if there are any Russian speakers in the audience or not, but so maybe they can tell us what that says. I see more stalactites there.
Layers of Fear. I haven't played Layers of Fear.
We're going to see some steel sets right here.
I have not played Layers of Fear. I should turn up my mic though, right?
That's a big tire.
Check, check, check. That's better.
Actually, that was a mix of timber and steel. Right
We're in
there.
more mines. People love freaking mines.
There.
All right. All right. All right. All right. One more trailer, and then maybe talk about the chair at Frightday.com.
I think I found someone to
I need your
produce my
opinion.
next album.
This is Bloodthirsty.
His name's Vaughn Daniels. It says he was tried for murder. He was acquitted. Come in. Mr. Daniels,
I'm glad you're here, Gray.
this is my girlfriend, Charlie. Hi. I get the creeps. Since you got here, your music, it's beautiful.
I can smell it all over you. And something primal. You need to use that.
This is a trailer for a film called Bloodthirsty.
There's nothing that you have to hide from me.
I suffer from hallucinations. I hallucinate that I'm turning into an animal.
What's wrong? You okay?
We're leaving.
This place is doing something to you.
It's not this place.
You can't run away from your destiny.
I don't know who you are anymore.
It's a werewolf. Yeah, okay. Yep.
It's not safe for you here.
Do you want to be a predator? Or do you want to be prey?
This looks awesome. Jacob, give me a rating, and give me like a Friday rating though. So like a decimal plus a metric. And I think we might watch this because it appears. Thank you for subscribing, Bear Chills 95. Appreciate that. Looks like they're doing Zoom interviews on April 13th, but it is coming to us. I mean, we could get a screener now, but April 23rd. Maybe Kelly and I will pick this, and maybe we'll trick Sam into doing it since he loves werewolves so much. That'd be fun. It doesn't look like a Dog Soldiers. I mean, that's bad for Jacob though. Like, Jacob likes bad movies, so that's pretty bad. And it looks like it looks. Ooh, Greg MTC, thanks for following. Appreciate that. I don't know, Jacob. Not even good in like an indie sense. Is that like just kind of? It looked a little dull. Maybe is that what's up? For those who don't know, the chair. Frightday.com. It has been an issue between Kelly and I, and you know, honestly, it's gone a little bit farther than I would have expected, considering we have gotten $300 in donations for this plastic Grim Reaper throne that would be somewhere behind my back at some point. Oh, well, I mean, that is a very good reason to review anything poorly, just because you can't recall it. Actually, I'm going to give it to you. That does make a little bit of sense. But so I've been talking a lot in. I don't want to restart now. Restart tonight. I've been spent a lot of time in the last few months in our Discord channel called Byron's Brain, in which I talk a lot about right-wing extremist groups, Proud Boys, Antifa, militias, grifters, white supremacists, all kinds of stuff like that. And for months, probably over a year now, I've been diving into content, learning more about that from the trenches, and I have communicated with a local reporter in town named Hunter, and I would like to start a new podcast project with him. It would be like a 10-part season where we would cover hate groups and hate individuals in the state of Montana, because Montana is one of the most white, one, and two, populated with hate groups in the United States. And not a lot of people know that. I mean, Stuart Rhodes, the leader of the Oath Keepers, is just a couple hours north of me. The same with Richard Spencer. Randy Weaver from Ruby Ridge moved here after that stuff went down. So many, unfortunately, Montanans are very, very terrible people. So I would like to maybe consider, and I'm definitely going to ask all the people who already donated to the chair.frightday.com if they're okay with this. But I would like to, since Hunter he's an actual journalist, Hunter Pauly. You should look him up, or I'll post some of his articles in the feed here. But he's a great journalist, and if we did this, I would like to spend some of this money on a pilot for us to try to sell to another network. It would be like a co-production of Audio Wool and hopefully someone who would buy it. But I'm curious to know what your thoughts are about us doing this with the money instead of me buying a plastic Grim Reaper chair. I am going to reach out to all the individual donors so far, but I would like to pay Hunter for his time, because people don't pay independent journalists as much or as often as they should. So I know Hunter's got a laptop. He's got plenty of that kind of stuff. I'm more paying him for his time for research. So I don't know. I wanted to bring that up because I've been thinking a lot about it, and I know, I mean, right now it's going to take a little bit of my time, but I want to make sure that his time is covered with that as well, because I want to do something big. This whole different Hunter. What Hunter are we talking about? I believe it's the most hate. I don't know if that's exactly true, but it's a very hateful state. So I don't know. That's just something I've been thinking about. And it's what I'm gonna leave you with tonight. Oh, okay. It's been so long since that news cycle, Corey. I understand. I am not going to be working with Hunter Biden, different Hunter. Let's see. I'll post. Hunter just did an article with the Daily Beast not too long ago. I will toss that one your way in the chat. Hilarious joke. I do appreciate that. And yeah, just think about it. We'll talk more about it, obviously. I hope that this is the right link. So check that out. Yeah. It's been a fun night. This has been a short stream, and I apologize for that. I was taking care of my health. So I actually am sorry, but not sorry, as Demi Lovato would say. But I'm going to clock out now. I'm going to write something for Panic Fest. I'm going to enjoy a donut made by Jamie, and I'm going to try to get some sleep. But you guys are the best. I really do appreciate you hanging out with me. Next time, I swear to God, we're going to have Dennis. We're going to play games. I'm going to call Kelly. I'll try to get a preview of the interview that we're going to be airing. It's going to be a shorter interview, but you guys will hopefully be the first to hear that. So thanks, guy. Oh God, that does sound fun, Corey. I have been meaning to watch that. Maybe I'll try to peripherally watch that. That's a good way to watch blockbuster films casually on a laptop in your periphery. I'll do my best. Let me know what you think of that, Corey. And we'll be back next Friday. And until then, you know the words. Stay scared.